Dear participants, very good evening. I welcome you all for day 6 of National E-Workshop on Essential Digital Language Skills for College Students. We are in day 6 on the title Public Speaking, Creative Writing and Interpersonal Skills. We will start the session sharply 7 p.m. Thank you. Good evening, Hemalada ma'am. Good evening, Saravanti ma'am. Good evening, Srividya ma'am. I request all the participants to type your name, designation and college name in chat box. Welcome Vijay Pupati from Lalgudi. So I welcome all the participants. This event is organized by Department of English, School of Engineering and Technology, Dhanalakshmi, Srinivasan, University, Tiruchirappalli. On behalf of management and organizers, I welcome all the participants. Welcome Saubia. Good evening, Janani. Good evening, happy evening. Good evening, Dr. Parvati Malipatti from Andhra. Good evening, Chitra. Welcome, Chitra. Good evening. Welcome, Kritika. Welcome, Vandana Rathod, the teacher trainee. Nirmala ma'am, welcome ma'am. Lavanya ma'am, welcome. Nandini, welcome. Sandhya, welcome Sandhya. Mrs. Caller and Mariamma, welcome ma'am. Dr. K. Bhavani ma'am, welcome. Avida Sandil, welcome ma'am. Happy evening. Welcome Suganya ma'am. Welcome Saubhya ma'am. Saubhya, MA student. Pranaya, welcome. Muhammad Arshad, welcome Muhammad Arshad. Very good evening ma'am. Saubhya. Professor Ram Nivas from Mardabad, welcome sir. Very good evening. Angel Christopher ma'am, SS Scholar. Welcome Lakshmi Prabha ma'am, welcome Satya Priya ma'am. Welcome Rajeshwari Priya. Welcome sir Dr. M. Rajaram. Welcome Sahana. Welcome Nisha Devi. I welcome you all. Good evening everyone. The time is 7 p.m. The resource person has joined with us. So good evening everyone. I wholeheartedly welcome all the participants for the 7-day National E-Workshop on Essential Digital Language Skills for college students. We have our resource person, Mr. A. Joseph VINOTH Kumar sir with us, Assistant Professor, Department of English, School of Engineering and Technology, Dhanalakshmi Srinivasan University, Tiruchirappalli, Tamil Nadu, India. Today's session is entitled as Public Speaking, Creative Writing and Interpersonal Skills which align with Digital Language Skills, Essential Digital Language Skills and Digital Literacy. Sir possesses about 18 years of teaching experience. We have an expert with us to gain knowledge on public speaking, creative writing and interpersonal skills. Welcome you, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
I hand over the session to you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible. You can continue.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. It's really nice to see participants joining this e-workshop on essential digital language skills for college students. And I'm very happy to introduce myself. I'm Joseph Vinod Kumar. I'll be sharing my inputs for today's session on public speaking and creative writing. Before getting into the topic, I would like to thank the most eminent person of our institution. First, I'd like to thank our Chief Patron, Vendaraya Shri A. Srinivasan, Chancellor, Dhanalakshmi Srinivasan University. I'm very happy to thank a patron, Srimati Anandalakshmi Kadiravan, Pro Chancellor, Dhanalakshmi Srinivasan University. And once again, I thank Dr. K.C. Rajan, Vice Chancellor, Dhanalakshmi Srinivasan University, Dr. Dhanasegaran Devaraj, Registrar, Dhanalakshmi Srinivasan University, most eminent person, Dean Sir, Dr. V. Shekhar, School of Engineering and Technology, Dhanalakshmi Srinivasan University, Associate Dean Ma'am, Dr. Siraj Nishar Ma'am, School of Engineering and Technology, my respected HOD, Dr. Ashobia, Department of English, and my event coordinator, Dr. C. Priya, for taking a lot of effort to bring out this event in a fruitful way. It is almost 5 days have been completed. It's the sixth day. We are at the edge of the verge of completion. Okay, let me proceed. Even though we are meeting virtually, really, I believe really that learning and creativity don't have boundaries. Am I right, participants? We will explore how public speaking can transform your confidence, your academic life, and even your future career. And then we will switch on to creative writing, where we will talk about imagination, storytelling, and how words can express your unique voice. To put in simple terms, today is all about expressing yourself, whether it is through your voice or your writings. And moreover, feel free to use the chat box to share your thoughts or chat answers as we go along. I'll be asking you a few questions in between, and I would love to hear from you. Rem- Dear participants, please remember that there is no right or wrong answers here, just your ideas. Okay. I'll like to start with the ice breaking session. How do you feel about speaking in public as a participant, as an individual? Are you excited, nervous, curious, or do you shy? Apart from these four, you can also put your comments in the chat box. How do you feel? If you feel excited means you can type that you are excited in the chat box. Curious, JC Jacob has put curious. I'd be very happy if you put your comments. Is it audible now, sir?
Sir, mic, we can keep a little bit distant.
Okay. How about this one, sir?
Yeah, fine.
Okay. Mohan Priya, little nervous. Anthony says curious. It doesn't mean you need to say out of these four. You can put your own comments, which is related to public speaking. Some nervous. Vijay says nervous. Okay, fine. Let me ask you the second question. Are we good at public speaking? Sometimes I even ask to myself. You may also have that doubt. I am capable of conveying my ideas, share my ideas in a very uh, closed circle, a minimum number of audience. When it comes to a large audience, am I good at public speaking? Yes or no? Say yes or no.
Dear participants, post your response with yes or no for the question displayed in the
Are we
screen.
good at public speaking? Yes, I am good at public speaking. No, sir, I'm not pretty sure. Again, Vijay says yes. Thank you. Sometimes when we are prepared, Jessie ma'am has said, very good. Kanna has said yes. Teriyasamy sir has said yes. Anthony again, very confident, yes, I yes. Jessie ma'am says yes. No. Sony ma'am has said no. Last question in the ice breaking session. If you are given a chance to speak in front of the audience, in a large audience, what topic you would choose? What topic would you like to speak about? Make it fast so that we can proceed to the next slide. Yes, what topic you would like to speak about to address? All about situations, sir. Depends. Okay, right. Depends on the audience that we have. Very good. Manjula ma'am has said communication skills. About what I am good at. Very hypothetical answer. Quite obviously, the most familiar topic. Yes, when I am very confident of speaking about which I am very good at, I'll be comfortable with. Okay, thank you for your response. We can move to the next slide. Yes, our topic is public speaking. What is public speaking actually? What exactly is public speaking? It's basically when you talk to a group of people in a planned way, not just a random chat, but something you prepared for. It has a purpose, maybe to share information, to inspire, or to convince others about something. Usually, it is more formal than everyday talk because you are expressing your ideas and opinions clearly, confidently. But in public speaking, the focus is on the speaker, that is you, while the audience mostly listens. There may be little interaction, but your goal is to keep them engaged through your words, voice, and energy. So, to put it in short, public speaking is all about content, confidence, and clarity. That is C to the power of 3. You need to be content, confidence, and clarity. It is a powerful way to influence, inform, and inspire others. Next slide, ma'am. Public speaking has some elements like functions. Now, let's look at what public speaking actually does. Its main functions or purposes are: the first one is persuasive, second is informative, third is entertaining, followed by celebratory and interrogative. What is persuasive? When you speak to convince people to think or act in a certain way is called a persuasive. For example, a student leader speaking about the importance of saving the environment, or a teacher motivating the students to believe themselves. Informative means here the goal is to share knowledge or create awareness. Like when someone gives presentation on a new technology or explains a topic clearly to an audience. As you all know, what is called entertaining. In this Gen Z era, learning is has become very less, rather than we get a lot of entertaining content. These speeches make people enjoy listening through stories, humor, or experiences. Think of a funny TED talk or a storyteller who keeps everyone smiling and connected. The fourth one is celebratory. This type is used during special occasions like award ceremonies, weddings, and college events, where the speaker appreciates, congratulates, or remembers someone or something. Finally, integrative. This one is a mix of all the other. It connects emotion, purpose, and persuasion together to make a deeper impact. To put it in short, whether you are informing, inspiring, or entertaining, every good speech connects with people in some meaningful way. Next slide, me. Now, why public speaking is very important for students. Now, you might be wondering, why do students even need public speaking skills? Well, the answer is simple. It helps you in almost every part of life. First of all, it helps you speak confidently in front of others, whether it is your classmate, teachers, or even in an interview. And also, it gives you real life experience because in the real world, you will often need to express ideas clearly, present projects, and share your views. Public speaking also builds self confidence. The more you speak, the more comfortable you become with your own choice and personality. At first, you may feel nervous. That is totally normal at the beginning of public speaking. Whoever wanted to do it, but with regular practice, that nervous energy slowly turns into enthusiasm and excitement. It also improves your fluency and clarity. You start learning how to organize your thoughts and say things in a simple, clear way. Another big plus is that it makes you more aware. You start thinking not just about what you say, but how you say it. And finally, good public speaking skills make you a better communicator in every situation. Whether it is a class discussion, a group project, or even casual conversations. So, really, it is not just about giving speeches, it's about learning to express yourself confidently and effectively wherever you are. So, this is the most important factor why it is important for the students. Next, please. Next slide, man. Now, here we are going to see the techniques in public speaking. According to me, I don't want to be very elaborative and put everything in a clumsy manner. So I have chosen four techniques. One is ideas and content generation. Next is the structure. Third one is a body language. And last one is a chunking, that is passes and stresses. Now let's talk about some simple techniques that you can make your public speaking more effective. Clear? The first one is ideas or content generation. That is where it all begins before you speak. Spend a little time collecting your ideas. Think about your topic, your audience, and what message you want to leave behind it. A good speech always starts with good ideas. Next is structure. Here, in structure, we need to see how you organize your speech. A clear beginning, middle, and end make a big difference. Start with an attention grabber, move to your main points, and end with a strong conclusion or takeaway. Then comes the body language. This is your silent message. Without even you communicate through words, your body language will convey more messages than your words. The way you stand, your hand movements, eye contact, and facial expressions, all of these help your audience connect with you. So remember to stay open, natural, and confident. And finally, chunking. As I said, passes and stresses. This simply means breaking your speech into small parts and using passes and stresses. When you pause at the right time or stress a key word, it makes your speech sound more powerful and easier to follow. So, in short, gather good ideas, organize them well, use confident body language, and speak with rhythm and pass. That is the art of effective public speaking. Then we will move on to the next slide, which is lack of confidence, the problems and solution that we are going to see. What are the problems? There might be a lot of problems, but I have chosen only six problems regarding public speaking. One is lack of audience. Second is speaking too fast. Third is appropriacy of body language. Fourth is boring speeches. Five, appropriacy of style. And the last one is plagiarism of material. Let us focus on the first one, lack of confidence. What is lack of confidence? Whatever age we may be right now, whether adolescent, whether a kid, or whether a schoolboy or a college goer, or even in a working place, all at some point in time they will have lack of confidence. What is lack of confidence? Next slide means. What is lack of confidence? Almost everyone faces a few common problems when they start out. The first one is lack of confidence. That is that nerves feeling before you speak. It's completely normal, but it can be back if you don't practice. Then there is a stage fear or performance anxiety. At that moment, when your heart starts racing and your mind gets blank, it happens even to experienced speakers sometimes. Another issue is poor voice control, that is, speaking too softly, too fast, or not clearly enough. When the voice is not steady, the message does not come across well. Sometimes we also face disorganized delivery, which means when our thoughts get mixed up and we lose focus halfway through. Then comes limited audience engagement, which means the speech becomes one sided and people start losing interest. All these things together can lead to low self esteem or hesitation. We start avoiding chances to speak, and because of that, many students miss good academic or professional opportunities like presentation, interview, or leadership roles. In the end, it results in ineffective communication. That is, the audience does not feel your message at all, and your words will become will not influence them. But here is the good news. Every single one of these problems can be improved with awareness, preparation, and practice. That is exactly what we are learning today. Remember, your audience needs time to listen, understand, and feel what you say. Speak with pauses and rhythm, not like a race, but like a friendly conversation. Okay, how can I control speed while speaking, sir? You can ask. According to me, I have suggested some points here. The first step is to pass naturally after key ideas. Don't be afraid of silence. Short passes give your audience to absorb what you have said and they make you sound more confident. Next, breathe calmly. When your breathing is steady, your face automatically slows down. Take gentle breath between sentences. It helps you stay relaxed and in control. Another useful trick is to practice a timer. It is better to practice with timer very often before you go for any presentation. Try recording a 1 minute speech and see how many words you speak. If it feels rushed, slow it down next time. You can also record and review your speech. Listen to your tone, speed, and rhythm. It is one of the best ways to notice small habits you might want to improve. Remember to emphasize keywords. When you slow down for important points, they stand out and leave a strong impact. You use short sentences. They make your ideas clearer and easier to follow. Long, fast sentences often confuse the audience. Another simple tip is make a strong eye contact. When you connect visually with your listeners, your face becomes more natural and balanced. Above all, stay relaxed, don't rush through your ideas. The goal isn't to speak fast, it is to make people understand and feel your message. And finally, rehearse aloud before an real presentation. It helps you find your rhythm, manage your time, and get confidence. So remember, dear participants, speaking slowly and clearly doesn't make you boring, it makes you powerful. We will move on to the next slide, which talks about appropriacy of body language. Next slide, please. Next one, madam.
So this is the next slide.
No, 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 forward, man. Appropriacy of body language. Yes. Now, let's talk about another important area in public speaking, that is body language. As I told, more than the word that you speak, your body speaks uh, in a greater manner and it will create a greater impact. Sometimes, even if our words are perfect, our body language sends a completely different message. One common problem is poor eye contact. When we avoid looking at the audience or the camera, it makes us unsure and disconnected. Another issue is a closed or stiff posture, standing with crossed arms, sludging, or staying too rigid. It gives more nervousness and unapproachable vibe. On the other hand, too much movement. Keep on moving from left to right and right to left without any point. Like facing around constantly or fidgeting. It can distract the audience from what you are actually saying. Some speakers also have weak or limited gestures, which makes the speak look flat. Next is step to overcome problems of appropriacy in language. So now that we have seen the common problems in body language, let's look at some simple ways to improve it. First, be aware of your audience and settings. The way you speak to your classmate in a casual presentation is not the same as how you would speak at a formal seminar. Adjust your gesture, posture, and energy to make the situation. Second, observe good speakers. Watch how professionals like TED Talk presenters or your favorite teachers use gestures, expressions, and space naturally. You will notice they are never overdo it, but they also don't stand still. Next one is maintain an open and confident posture. Stand straight, keep your shoulder relaxed, and balance your weight evenly. This instantly makes you look calm and in control. You gesture with purpose. Don't move your hand just for the sake of it. Let your gesture highlight or support what you're saying. Also, maintain steady eye contact, whether it is with your live audience or the camera during an online session. Looking at your listener helps build trust and keeps them engaged. Another key point is match your facial expression with your tone and message. If you are sharing a happy story, uh, Set your face, show it. If it is a serious point, your expression should reflect that. It makes your speech feel genuine. And to avoid distracting habits like spacing too fast and repeating the same movement, they they need to pull attention from your message. A very practical tip is to record your practice sessions. Watch how you move, where you look, and how you use your hands. You will be surprised how much you can learn from your own video. And finally, seek feedback from your friends, teachers, and mentors. They can point out little things you may not notice yourself and help you refine your overall nonverbal communication. Remember, good body language doesn't mean acting or pretending, it simply means letting your confidence show through your movements and expression. Next is a boring speech. Now, let's be honest. We have all sat through a boring speech at least once, right or not? Maybe it was so flat that you couldn't wait for it to the end. So, what exactly makes a speech boring? The first thing is monotone voice. When someone speaks in the same tone throughout, with no energy or emotion, it instantly makes people lose interest. Then there is a lack of energy. If the speaker looks tired or uninterested, the audience feels the same way. A speech without a clear message can also confuse people. If you don't know what the main point is, then the listener will not listen to you. Sometimes speakers overload the audience with too much of information or repeat the same ideas again and again. Poor audience connection is another reason because they will not have eye contact, no smile, no interaction at all. Some talks have weak openings and closings. They start without grabbing attention and yet to end without leaving impression. A few others just read from notes continuously without looking up. That creates a wall between the speaker and the listener. And finally, there is a complete absence of enthusiasm. And that is the biggest reason audience lost interest. So even a great topic can become boring if it is delivered in a lifeless way. What are the steps we can do in order to overcome boring speech? The first is to start with a strong opening, maybe a question, a quote, or a short story that grab attention immediately. Use stories and examples because people remember stories much more than the plain facts. Vary your tone and pace. Speed up a little when you are excited, slow down when you want the audience to reflect. Add visuals or props. Even a simple slide, picture, or object can make your message more engaging. Engage the audience, like asking question, invite quick response in the chat, or make them think about a situation. That interaction keeps them alert. Highlight your key ideas clearly. Make sure people know your main message and takeaways. Show energy and enthusiasm throughout your speech. If you are excited about what you are saying, keep your audience in the same way because your audience will feel it too. Use humorous appropriately. A joke or a light joke or funny example can refresh everyone as long as it suits the topic and audience. Maintain eye contact. Even online, looking at the camera gives a feel that you are speaking directly to your listeners. And finally, end up with an inspiring message. Something short and memorable that makes people think or feel motivated after you talk. Then, what are the problems that the speaker face in terms of style? One common issue is using overly complex words, which the audience may not be aware of it, the meaning. Some speakers try to sound smart by using big, difficult, complex vocabulary, but it often confuses the audience instead of impressing them. On the other hand, some people speak too casually in formal setting, using slang or very relaxed language when the situation actually needs a more polished tone. Another mistake is copying others' speaking styles. It is good to learn from famous speakers, but trying to sound exactly someone else can make you seem unnatural. So the best style is your own authentic one. Sometimes we also ignore the audience background and mood. For example, using jokes or examples and that the audience cannot relate to. A good speaker always adjusts the tone and the content to suit who they are speaking to. Then there is the issue of inconsistent tone and pace. When the speaker jumps from formal to casual or changes speed too often, it confuses listeners and breaks their attention. Some speeches also suffer from too much jargon and cliches. Using technical term or overused phrases like at the end of the day or things outside the box. These make the speech sound dull and artificial. And finally, a big issue is lack of emotional connection. Your speech and and the body language should connect to the audience or the listeners. You might be saying all the right words, but if your tone and feeling do not match the message, the audience won't feel connected. So, style is really about balance, sounding confident, clear, and genuine, while matching your language to your audience and occasion. Next one, we'll be seeing improving style. In what way I can improve the style? First, know your audience and purpose. The way you speak in a classroom, an interview, or a public event won't be the same because uh, the situation differs. Try to adjust your tone and words based on who's listening. Next is choose clear, simple, and precise language. The goal is not to impress the with difficult words that you are very confident that you use very complex words that you are learned. It is not that necessary. You want to show highlight to the audience that you have very good language. It is to express your ideas so everyone understands them. Then maintain a natural tone and flow. Don't do not sound like you are reading from a textbook or reciting lines. Speak if you are having a genuine conversation. Also blend confidence with courtesy because a good speaker sounds sure of themselves but never rude or arrogant. It is really helpful to practice with feedback from friends and the teachers. Sometimes others notice things we miss, like to pace and word choice. Another great habit is to listen to skilled speakers. Try to listen to a lot of speech made by great speakers, so that you will get confidence, you'll get some ideas, you'll get some inputs. Whether it is a TED Talks, debates, or college events, notice our style, voice, and rhythm. Then try adapting what fits you best. Finally, remember that style improves with regular practice. The more you speak, the more naturally your personality and confidence will shine through your words. Then, the next slide, we'll be seeing plagiarism in public speaking. Plagiarism doesn't mean copying others' concept in writing, even it is applicable in speaking. Many people think plagiarism only happens in writing or research, but it actually happens in speeches too. It means using someone else's words, ideas, or entire speech without giving them credit. For example, copying paragraph from a famous TED talk or using a quote without mentioning who said it, that is called plagiarism. The first and biggest problem is that it kills your credibility and trust. The audience can tell when something doesn't sound original or genuine. It is also considered unethical and academically wrong. In colleges and competitions, this can lead to penalties and disqualification. Apart from that, it shows a lack of originality, and that is the opposite of what good public speaking is about. Over time, it can even damage your professional reputation, especially if people discover you have borrowed content without credit. In serious cases, it may even lead to legal or disciplinary action. So always remember, you can use others' ideas or quotes, but make sure to mention the source. It actually makes your speech stronger and shows that you have done your research. How can I avoid plagiarism, sir? You can ask me. It's so simple. Next slide, please. How can I avoid plagiarism in speeches? The first and foremost important thing is to research and reframe ideas in your own words. It is okay to read articles, books, or watch talks for inspiration. But when you speak, express the ideas in your own style and language because it always acknowledge your sources and quotations. If you are using someone's words or a famous quotes, just mention who said it. For example, you say, as Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam once said, and as Steve Jobs once said, you can add these names in order to acknowledge these words are used by these persons because it add values, shows honesty. Third, try to use personal experiences or short case studies. They make your talk original and help your audience connect you better. Fourth, give credit to authors or speakers where it is due. It shows professionalism and respect for others' work. Then develop your own perspective on topic. Even if the idea isn't new, your understanding, examples, and delivery will make it unique. And finally, practice paraphrasing and summarizing skill. That means learning to express someone else's idea in your own simple words without copying directly. Here, I've given some apps and tools regarding how you can enhance your public speaking, like Orai, Speako, Likso, Impromptu Generator, then Rev Voice Recorder, Active Your Voice, Rhetoric, Word of the Day, Prezi. All these tools will help you to enhance your public speaking. They may have different characteristics and way of enhancing your public speech, but these are all one of the most important tools where you can rely on. And we do have some websites. These are all some websites, very famous websites like Toastmaster International is an international, very popular one. You can see this one in most of the reputed colleges. Then obviously, I believe if you are a teacher, you would advise your students to watch TED Talks. And then Coursera is also both for public speaking, and you can ask the students to take up a free course, a text speak up, mind tools, YouTube channels, Harvard Business Reviews. I have given only a handy, but it has we have a lot of websites to improve your public speaking. Then let us move on to the next slide, ma'am. Here you are going to watch a video that will run up to the 3 minutes, I think so. After watching it, you try to identify what are the skill the speaker possess and what are the skill you have.
So, the video is visible, sir. Sir, my video is visible.
No, ma'am, it is not opening. Yes, ma'am.
Approximately 70 million children don't have the opportunity to go to school every day. This is the same number as the amount of 70 million children don't have the opportunity to go to school every day. This is the same number as the amount of people that live in Thailand. Imagine an entire country missing out on their education. Out of the 70 million children that can't go to school every day, 25 million of them will never go to school, either because of money or there isn't a school in the area. Most of the kids that aren't able to go to school are girls. One of the worst places for school is Africa, because 33 million kids can't go to school there, and 18 million of these are girls. Only 2/3 of these kids will ever graduate high school. This is an amazing story about a girl named Jacinta at the age of 13. She lived in Tanzania, a country in Africa, when her family could no longer afford for her to go to school, so she had to drop out. She then had to work as a servant 18 hours a day and only made $13 a month. Then a charity called CampEd raised money for Jacinta and her family so that she would not have to work anymore and could go back to school. Later, she was sent home and had the opportunity to start school once again. So she headed back to school. After she went to school, she got a great job and was able to send her brothers and sisters to school. But it's not just the kids and families that don't have enough money. It's there's not enough teachers. For example, in India, they need about 350,000 more teachers. And in West Africa, they need about 380,000 more teachers. But for every kid in the world to be educated, we would need approximately 5 million more teachers. When adults don't get proper education as kids, it leads to bad things. For example, if you aren't literate, you can't get a job. And if you can't get a job, you can't make any money. There's about 798 million adults who still lack basic literacy skills. And also, if you don't know, literacy means reading or writing. Some ways that you can help is by donating to a charity, as in UNICEF or CampEd. CampEd is a charity that helps girls in Africa go to school, while UNICEF is a charity that helps kids all over the world. But what would really help is spread the word. Tell your friends and families about these charities and to donate. The last thing you can do is just be grateful for your own education and take school seriously. But this can't just happen on its own. We need to do it. Education is something that not everybody has, so you should value your education, because when we don't learn, the world never changes.
Okay, dear audience, hope you watched the video. Name some skills. Name some skills you learned from this video. Put it in the chat box. Good gesture, very good voice modulation, high confidence level, eye contact. Very good, sir. Listening skill. Thank you, Bala, sir. Okay, public speaking. Thank you. Confidence, that is exactly. Though she is a very small girl, she has a lot of confidence. Good eye contact, perfect modulation. Emotional skill. Expression is good. She prepared well about the topic. Yeah, exactly. She's already well prepared. Body language. Thank you, Vidya ma'am. Confidence as well is very high. She's very confident. Thank you so much. Body language, content, fluency, expression. Sarah said matching the context, narration, confidence, body language, organized message. Excellent, sir. Now you say, name some skills you possess already. Confidence. Yeah, that is very important for all the person who want to become a very good public speaker. Voice tone. Bala sir has said voice tone, body language. Again, body language. Confidence. Periyasamy sir has said. The clarity peaks. Okay, thank you, dear participants, for giving your inputs. Next, we move on to the tips to be good at public speaking. First one is know your audience because you need to understand their interest and their expectations. Then the second is plan and structure your speak accordingly because you should have a clear beginning, middle, and the end. And before you present or deliver a speech in front of the audience, practice regularly, not one or two times until you get confidence that you can do it better in front of a big audience. Rehearse as much as possible to gain influency and confidence. Next, start with start the strong opening. Wherever you might be seeing in any function or any event, when we do any sort of inaugural function, we'll start with some positive words or quotes and proverbs. Okay, in that case, if it is applicable, you can do it. Use voice modulation. Don't keep your speech in a very flat tone. Try to use your speech using variation in tone like pictures and face. Maintain confident body language. Don't have any wrong way of expressing the ideas. Your body language should convey what your words that you that come out of your mouth, the message that you convey. The message that you convey and your body language should match. It should not deviate. And engage your audience. Ask question. Don't be monotonous. In between, ask question though, so that you'll have the clarity whether they are grasping a message, really listening, uh, and at times use sad stories. Don't keep on giving a message in a very flat manner, very rough messages by giving only information. Give them some stories so that they can keep it in their mind with a lot of real life examples.
Excuse me, sir. Voice goes low.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Now,
Okay, now fine.
okay, we can move to the next slide, ma'am. So, finally, in order to master public speaking, uh, I believe that these five things are very important: practice, prepare, observe, adapt, and reflect. Okay, I think we have come to the end of the first topic, that is public speaking. Now we'll be moving on to the next topic, creative writing. The picture itself says it is very creative. We have a lot of writing like formal writing, informal writing. Creative is one such writing because without creativity, even if it is formal or informal, we cannot put ideas into words. Okay, so what is creative writing? Can anyone say what is creative writing? It is an expression of thoughts, ideas, and emotion through words. It is a very powerful tool for communication, creativity. It reflects your personality, imagination, and creativity. Types of writing we have normally four. One is narrative, persuasive, descriptive, and expository. But it is apart from uh, uh, maybe it can be considered as a fifth type. Creative writing may be a mixture of amalgamation of narrative, persive, descriptive, and also expository. Clear? Next slide, ma'am. Okay. So, what exactly is creative writing? It is a beautiful mix of imagination, emotion, and expression, where your ideas come alive through uh, words. It uses a blend of narrative, descriptive, and even persuasive styles to entertain, inspire, or move audience. Creative writing focuses on originality and artistic expression. It's about building characters, creating stories, painting pictures with words. It is like a form of fiction, poetry, drama, and even screenwriting. Most importantly, it encourages your personal voices and creative freedom. Let me give you a cute little real life experience. A few years ago, a 9-year-old girl named uh, Devi started writing short bed stories for her young brother. Her stories were simple about a lost puppy, a talking cloud, and a flying bicycle. One day, a parent shared those stories online, and guess what? People loved them. Even they even encouraged her publish them as a kids storybook. Okay, she wasn't trying to become famous. She was just writing from her own heart, from her own small life, and that is exactly what creative writing is. Not about perfection, but about expressing your imagination your own special way. Let us move on to next slide. I have an activity. Since the topic is about creative writing, I have chosen some eminent speakers in English literature. So there you can see six pictures. Below it, I have ordered in a wrong manner. The names are not under their picture exactly. So William Wordsworth comes at fifth one. Virginia Woolf is the last picture, and hopefully all know William Shakespeare. Some may not be knowing the second picture who she is. She is Jane Austen, and some may not be at all. Again, like the third picture, Charles Dickens. I don't believe that people will be very aware of the fourth person, George Orwell. Very rare to see his picture. Thank you, man. Next. Okay. What makes creative writing creative? It's not about facts, it's about feelings. It's not about reports, it's about revelation. Creative writing is where your heart meets your imagination and your words do the talking. Its true magic lies in expression, inspiration, and connection. Expression means pour out your thought, emotion, and dreams, and inspiration means make your reader see the world a little differently. Connection means let your words touch someone's heart, and even if you have never met. In short, creative writing is not written to inform, it's written to transform. Next slide, we will be seeing the element of creative writing. And here I have given some examples. If you go through it, it would be you will know the purpose of using this example. Since it is a creative writing, I have taken two examples from two great personalities. One is Robert Frost, another one is William Shakespeare. You all know stopping by woods on a snowy evening or the road not taken. The first one is from the road not taken. The woods are lovely, dark, and deep, but I have promises to keep. Because in the first example, he uses language but deep imagination. The woods are not just trees here, it represents peace, rest, and temptation to pass in life. The second example, I have put in title like emotional connection. Here, in the second example, Shakespeare blends art and emotion so naturally because his language is simple and musical and emotional. Yeah, this is the most important one, element of creative writing. Without these factor, nobody can ever write any type of creative writing because element of creative writing should have a plot. The plot is the sequence of event that makes up the story. Then the character, the heart of any story, the people or being who drive the plot, the setting, the time and place where the story happens, imagery, that is the descriptive language that paints picture in the reader's mind, and theme, the central idea or message the story conveys, tone and style, the attitude and voice of the writer, dialogue, the conversation between characters that reveals personality and emotion, and finally, conflict, the struggle or problem that keeps the story moving from start to end. So, these are all some important elements which no writers can deny. So, I would like to say when you write, remember every story needs a heartbeat that is character, a journey that is plot, a world that is setting, and a spark that is conflict. Put them all together and you have got magic in words. Next slide, ma'am. Next slide, ma'am. These are all some of the tools where you can practice yourself in order to be a good writer, creative writer. Grammarly, Hemingway, Living Writer, Evernote, Shivana, Red Sea, Writing Challenge, Poet Assistance. All these are all very helpful website. Now, though as we are running short of time, just wanted to convey this. You just see the activity. I given you the prompt. The prompt is, it was the day when the sun forgot to rise. As given the introductory phrase or sentence, you what you need to do is after the session, you imagine without referring any mobile or any book, you write your own story by completing this prompt in an appropriate manner, maybe with 4 sentences or 5 sentences. For example, I may tell that it was the day when the sun forgot to rise. The sky stayed dark and quiet. Birds didn't sing, and people woke up confused. So this is how I may start with because I wanted to be very creative. Clear? And in conclusion, as you all know, creative writing is equal to imagination in motion. Your voice shaped through words. It helps you think deeply, feel freely, and express beautifully. Every writer starts with one idea, one line, and one spark. That one idea and one line and one spark will turn into multiple ideas and multiple lines and into multiple sparks, and can definitely at the end it will impress n number of listeners or readers. Practice daily, read widely, share your work, accept feedback, and stay impressed. Thank you, man. Now it's time for discussion. I believe that I have completed my presentation in stipulated time.
Dear participants, if you have any queries, need any clarifications on today's session, you can post your questions in the chat box. Thank you, Balakrishnan sir. Sir, you have
Thank you, Balakrishnan sir.
You have got feedback.
Thank you, Soni ma'am. Thank you, Sovia ma'am. Thank you, everyone. I once again thank Dr. C. Priya, Associate Professor, Department of English, School of Engineering and Technology, Dhanalakshmi Srinivasan University, for giving me this opportunity to share my insights regarding public speaking and creative writing. Thank you once again, Priya ma'am.
So thank you, sir. I hope there are no questions from participants yet. We shall wind up the session. Dear participants, we have posted a feedback link in the chat box. I request all the participants to post your feedback. We shall meet tomorrow for the final session of day 7. Thank you, everyone. On behalf of management and Department of English, I take this opportunity to to express my gratitude to Mr. A. Joseph VINOTH Kumar sir for your valuable insights. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Dear participants, after filling feedback form, you can leave. Thank you.